Hey peepsy doodles, how's it going? So today I wanted to do a little video showing you guys my new altar. Not this altar. This altar has stayed the same for the most part. A few things have been added here and there. Patricia needs some, yeah, she needs some water. But I wanted to show you the other side of my room. I have another altar that I am very excited about, and it has kind of been a long time coming. So I won't get into like a ton of detail behind it, but a few years ago, Kevin and I went on a shamanic journeying class, and we went on a trip to the lower world and a trip to the upper world. The lower world, of course, I had already met my fox prior to going, so I just kind of met and hung out with my fox. I also met the hawk, and when I asked the hawk if he was my power animal, he told me that I was not quite ready for him yet. Okay, so we went to the upper world where you meet a lot of your like more humanoid guides, and one of my guides that I met was the goddess Isis, the goddess of magic, of motherhood, of, you know, love. Her and Osiris's love is legendary. The goddess of the moon, like she is so many wonderful things, but basically she like embodies motherhood. And when I met her, I took down a bunch of notes about her, but basically she said that she was there to help me to reignite my passion in the things that, you know, I'm really passionate about. She's there to help me to be a good mother, to help me to be a good wife, both things that I have issues in confidence with. And so she was just here to help me with all of the things that I had going on at the time. She also was very clear in how to talk with her, that I was going to set up an altar with a purple altar candle that has some rosebuds and some incense and a statue of her, and that she liked wine. There was a specific tree out in my yard that she wanted me to give offerings to, and that would be like her tree for, you know, any kind of offerings that are perishable. And so I was very, very excited about it leaving the journey. Well, I came home and I printed off a picture of Isis and I put it in a picture frame, and she sat on my altar when I had it downstairs. And then I went into my spiritual funk, and after that my life kind of went downhill. I had a lot of issues in my marriage, and that went over months and months and months. And then when I came on the other side of that, I had issues with my own confidence and who I was as a person. I didn't really know who I was anymore. And then when I came on the other side of that, now I'm having issues as a mother and feeling like I'm not adequate, or that I'm doing things wrong or whatever. So I've had a lot of issues. And recently it kind of came as an epiphany, and, you know, talking to my girls, my witchy sisters, that I think Isis is trying to get my attention again. The other thing is that one of Isis's animals is the hawk, and hence, you know, she's always, a lot of times she's depicted with wings. And, you know, before I went up and met Isis in my journey, I met the hawk, and the hawk told me I wasn't quite ready for him. So I think for that journey at that time, it wasn't that I was at the point where I was actually ready to work with Isis. I think I was just meeting her. And now, after going through all of these horrible things that I have gone through in all of the places that that her power reigns, now I am ready, and she has come back to me, and we are ready to kind of form a new bond and a new relationship. So I have set up my altar to Isis, and I wanted to show you guys, and then I kind of wanted to tell you a little story about Isis and what happened yesterday into today. There's a lot more to go along with that, but I could rattle on and on and on about all of the little synchronicities and how I knew that it was Isis and all of that. But anyway, that was just kind of like the gist of it. So let me flip you around. So this is my altar. So that is my other altar right there. This is my altar where it has, it used to be full of all my crafty things, and I took some of the stuff out of the bottom, and so now it's got some of my witchy stuff. All this stuff used to sit on top, so it all just kind of got shifted down. So this is my Isis altar. This fabric I had in my sewing stash, and it's kind of like a purplish night sky. Some say that Isis is one of the goddesses of the moon. So I really liked the night sky. I felt like it fit well with her. This is my Isis picture. This is like the statue that I have for now until I find one that I really like. This is my offering bowl. I will explain more about the offering bowl and what happened to it in a minute, but one of her sacred symbol or sacred numbers is 7. So when I first did my dedication to her, I gave her 7 dimes. And then, yeah, I'll explain that in a second. Some of her crystals are amethyst, bloodstone, moonstone. So I have a moonstone here, a bloodstone, an amethyst, a bloodstone, and then I will talk about this rose quartz in a minute. This is an offering dish. This has honey because she likes milk, honey, wine, bread, all those types of things for offerings. This is just an incense holder that my husband got me for Christmas. This is actually kind of funny. So this is the purple candle that I chose for her. And the reason that I chose it was that, about a month ago, or 2 months now, when I chose this candle, if you guys remember, I chose this candle for my altar. My daughter picked out this one and begged me if we could take it home, and I really liked it. I thought it was really pretty, and I was like, sure. Well, she didn't want it once we got home. She was just like, yeah, no, I don't want it. Oh, okay. So I stuck it behind all my books and never lit it. Well, now that I remember that Isis wanted a purple candle, I had one already set. So I thought that that was a synchronicity kind of showing itself. It's just funny because otherwise I didn't have a purple taper candle and I would have had to go buy one. So I already had one. And then these are rosebuds, which I thought was great that I had them from Dee and I had never used them. So I had my good old Dee came through for me again. And so those are rosebuds. So this is my little altar to her. Now let me tell you guys what happened. So I came home yesterday and I was going to go take a bath. And so I was coming through here to get my Kindle to take it into the bath. And I noticed that the portrait was gone. The dimes were taken out of the offering dish. And I had another I had another moonstone, but it was more like peach white-ish. It was more of the color of the moon, which is why I picked it. So I had 2 moonstones. So the peach one was sitting in this corner, and that is still missing. So I was immediately pissed because the reason that I looked at the altars when I walked by it, it felt oogie. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. It felt like I had an invasion of space. So I started looking over things, immediately got angry, just like full on angry. Not because I knew that my daughter was in my room, but because I knew that it was just, there were reasons that I'm not going to go into. But I hadn't had time to explain to my daughter anything about this space, and the fact that it was ruined while I wasn't home was just like, I was very angry. So as I was searching for the moonstone and for the picture, I found this egg underneath my banister down here. My register. And I was like, I gotta fucking, like, what in the fuck is this? What is this egg doing here? Oh, great, now I lost it. And then I realized that Isis is also the goddess of fertility. And I'm like, okay. So I ended up giving this to Isis as an offering because, you know, we are kind of in the whole fertility thing right now with Kevin and I. And then I ended up just replacing the dimes, and I noticed that my daughter had the dimes in her bedroom. So she took them and put them somewhere. But I never did find the moonstone. I was really pissed because it was a really fucking pretty moonstone. So what I did find was I was going into my closet to get, I don't know what I was getting. I was getting clothes or something. Well, I opened the door and this rose quartz fell. I'm not shitting you. Fell from somewhere. Where? I don't know. But it fell. And it fell right to my feet. And I was like, you know, yeah, baby.
Can I have popsicle?
Yep, I'll get you one in just a second, okay?
I love popsicle.
I'm so glad. So this fell to my feet. And I was like, you know.
Punch hard things.
I know. I'll be out in just a second, okay?
Okay.
So I was like, you know, this rose quartz, I mean, rose quartz is about love. It's love for others. It's love for yourself. And right now I could use a lot of this love because I'm real pissed off. So I took it, and instead of finding the other moonstone that I still can't find, I replaced it with the rose quartz, because even though anywhere you look, rose quartz is not a crystal that is attributed to Isis. I feel like kind of like the rosebuds. The rosebuds are not something that's attributed to her either, but it was something that she specifically told me she wanted was rosebuds. And it makes a lot of sense. You know, she is the love that she has for her children, the love that she has for Osiris. She's a very loving, motherly goddess. And so the rosebuds and the rose quartz make a ton of sense. So I ended up putting that on there instead of the moonstone. And so I just think it's really interesting how, you know, you kind of set something up the way that you think that it should be. And then once it gets set up, the gods kind of come through and, you know, tweak it for you. And like Alora said, she's like, you know, the whole thing with like the missing picture and whatever, she's like, it's probably Isis is trying to teach you a lesson. She's trying to teach you patience. You know, maybe when you reset it up and rededicate it, she wants your daughter to come and be a part of it. Because it's not like she was angry by any means that my daughter, I mean, she's, you know, a goddess of motherhood. It's not like she's angry that my 3-year-old came and was messing with her stuff, or she's like, oh, I'm so mad that your 3-year-old came and took my coins. You know what I mean? It's like, so I just thought it was, the whole thing was very interesting after having it all set up. So, okay. So anyway, that's what I got. I just wanted to share my altar and my little stories with you guys. I see, honey. I am going to get going. We've got school for her coming up here today. So
this is a magnet that keeps bad dreams away.
This is a magnet that keeps bad dreams away?
Yep.
Oh, that is a DS game.
See how it has a dragon on it?
Yes.
A nice dragon.
It does have a dragon.
It is a magnet protector.
It's a protector. I'll give you that. Because dragons are protectors. You're right.
So?
Kids are very intuitive. Okay. I love you guys, and I hope that you have an awesome day, and I will see you later.
Hey guys, look it.
Turn around this way so they can see it. Blue Dragon Plus.
This is a protector.
It is a protector, you're right.